Good evening, Fantasy Ghosts. This is DFS Championship Weekend. Hope you all had a good week. We are ready to roll. To my right is your shepherd, and below me is the man, the myth, DFS Daddy.
He is the daddy.
Hey,
Big time
big
daddy.
time.
Man, in about, let me get my math correct here. 15 days from now, right? 15 days?
Yeah,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
15 days. Plus or minus a few hours, man.
Mhm.
It is on. It is on like Donkey Kong. There are 4
Mhm.
teams left. Goats, man. It's been a hell of a ride, but we're already kicking off 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
We're kicking 2025 off real strong with a giveaway for you goats. That's right. We've teamed up with Brainy Ballers. Visit brainyballers.com. We are giving away a fully customizable mini helmet. You guys get to customize this bad boy any way that you want, any color, any style, tons of finishes. Really cool stuff for you guys. The visor, look at that little visor there. Like it looks like a badass, like sun reflected visor. Hell yeah. This is what I need for you goats to do. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel, The Fantasy Groats. Just drop a comment. Hey, pound subbed. This way we could have you on record, and we will draw the winners on the Super Bowl live stream that we're going to have, which would be sometime pre-game Super Bowl. I don't know if that's going to be 2. I don't know if that's going to be 3. Just pay attention, put the notifications on, and we are a go flight. That's it, man.
Pretty cool helmet.
Get yourself some customizable mini.
and
helmet.
remember, only what you can afford to lose, please, and set a budget. We're doing this. It helps. It helps.
It helps a lot.
All right, gentlemen, let's get to it. Let's get to this thing.
So we have one contest for the goats. It is the $1 million NFL Sunday Millionaire. Well, it's
I
not
like
really.
it.
It's not really called the Millionaire. It's the Million. It's a guaranteed prize pool, 200K to first. We're going to swing for the fences and get the 200K, but we'll settle for anything. For the we'll settle for being in the green, which we have. We've had many lineups in the green this season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have had an accurate counting of those, but I know we've done the last 4 out of 7 or 5 out of 7. We've been
Nice.
we've been in the green.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna look to continue that. And what I can promise the coach this: Mark Andrews will not be in this lineup.
No.
Oh my
you
god.
Yeah,
All right.
he will not be in the lineup.
I say we swing for the fences right off the bat. Saquon Barkley. running back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
I don't think anyone's gonna have a better time.
he'll at least 130 yards rushing.
Hmm. Is that what the prop is set at?
Yeah, I
Do you
believe so. One of the things I've seen, yeah. You would know. You know props more than I do.
Yeah, I
The
haven't
one
I haven't
thing that-
looked at the props, unfortunately.
Yeah, one of the things I've seen though was 130 yards line of scrimmage, so he'll eat.
Yeah, DraftKings has him as at 125 and a half.
Right on. And that's not counting receiving yards, is it?
No, that's just rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, if it wasn't enough that this dude is probably the best RB for the entire 2024 season, more or less. You know, let's take the actual fantasy out of it.
Yeah, just purely football.
Pure running back for this
Mhm.
season. He's going up against a suspect middle of the pack rush defense. So
Yep.
I mean it's not like this is we could take last week as a perfect example. It's not like James Cook that was going up against like the Ravens rush defense.
Right.
I had to kind of like think about perhaps It might be a tough matchup. This should not be a tough matchup for Saquon Barkley. Plain and
At
simple.
all.
No, it shouldn't be. And the Rams defense is a little bit better than Washington's. Minus the freaking two long runs that he had, they held him up pretty good and hurt his long run. So should we go wide receiver or quarterback? What do you think? What do you think, DFS Daddy? And how you feel about Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jaden Daniels probably has, I want to say, the best matchup, but Josh Allen in the playoffs is a different animal. Like, regardless of who he plays in the playoffs, he always produces.
I'm good. Yeah, he produced last week too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with Josh Allen.
Regardless of who they play, yeah. I think there's a scenario where Philly manages to stop Jaden Daniels. Jaden might have to get, a lot of his garbage time work. But I do think there's a scenario where, Philly contains him a little bit, especially with the injury on the offensive line. They kind of get some pressure on him. So I definitely think that Josh is the better play for the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like the Debbie Downer. I don't want to sound like the negative Nancy. But I kind of feel like this is the end of the road.
For
the Commanders.
For the Commanders? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ergo, I mean, Commanders offensive skill position players, right? I mean, if the Commanders are going to lose this game, as I predict, I mean, like I could very well be wrong, but I believe they're going to lose. Therefore, I don't think Jaden Daniels will have a good game. That's just my opinion. I don't see Scary Terry having a really good game. I don't see it.
Maybe their other wide receiver could, because Darius Slay might be a little hop. If it's Isaiah Rodgers that's out there,
is Keon Mitchell out too? Is he out or is he cleared to play?
Who?
Keon Mitchell.
Keon Mitchell.
That's important because if is it Rodgers that came in for him? If he's playing, they'll
that's what I was saying. Like I'd be a little worried.
Yeah,
hurts. I mean. I just see offensive players here.
Yeah, he's not on the injury report.
Dennis has proved that he could play against the Eagles too, and put up numbers against them.
Right, that's what I was saying.
So, it's not like he hasn't done it. He's playing twice for both times. The first game was like the second half. He came alive. He hit Scary Terry, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like late in the game,
it works the same way.
A couple times, And the second game, they came back in the last 5 minutes of the game to beat them. So they've proven they have confidence in themselves that they could beat the Eagles. So it's not,
I mean, to be fair, I think they split with them 1-1.
Yeah,
in the second time, I think that the only reason why they lost was because of that dropped fourth down pass by Devontae Smith in the red zone. Yeah. If he catches that pass, they milk the clock, and Washington doesn't even get a chance to drive down, score, tie it up, or win the game. So I do think that Philly is the better team, and I do think that they're going to end up winning the game. Yeah. But Jaden could be chasing points all game, so it might give him, an opportunity to score, or like a Zach Ertz garbage time touchdown or something like that.
It is 47.5. I don't think the Eagles going to do 37 on their own.
And they're not expecting snow, are they? Out there, I guess. Snow.
No, it's actually I believe I heard like unseasonably warm.
Well, of course.
So
yeah.
Well,
it's going to be a shootout.
It'll be above freezing levels, or it's not expected to be cold for a January football game.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But that was a few days ago though, so who knows? I mean,
what do you guys feel about a potential Mahomes bounce back because they looked pretty average on offense last week?
I like Mahomes too.
Yeah, because Lamar kind of, destroyed the Bills through the air. If it wasn't for their own mistakes, the game is probably, it probably ends differently, given that they only lost by 2.
And Buffalo's linebackers. See, they're missing. Rapp is out.
Yeah,
Rapp
Raptors
is
gonna
out,
be out.
and I think
I think
who else is out. That's kind of
I think
important.
Milano got hurt again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Travis Kelce could eat again.
Mhm.
There might be some good plays because you can't throw you can't throw on Buffalo. You know.
I mean,
And
yeah.
okay, just go back in time where the Rams threw on Buffalo. And as much as I love Stafford, he don't equal freaking Patrick Mahomes.
Mhm. And I do think that there's a chance for some big plays too. So that way, like a guy like Xavier Worthy, they could take a couple deep shots with him,
Hollywood
and
Brown.
that they play or Hollywood Brown. In the first game that they played, they had a couple deep shots, but they just couldn't connect. Like their timing and their chemistry was a little bit off. But I do think that Andy Reid is gonna come out and try and make a statement. So like I think Pat could have a really good day.
So should we go with Pat Mahomes then?
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with going with Patrick.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I'm okay with it, especially for the fact that I think that the majority of those us that will be playing DFS lineups, the second to last Sunday of the season, big championship weekend, I think that the majority of those making lineups, building lineups, are going to go with Josh Allen. They're going to go with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes would be the quote unquote contrarian play at this time, or Jalen Hurts. But the only reason why I would go Patrick over Jalen is because Jalen is a little banged up right now. On Saquon.
Well, Patrick Mahomes puts up more air yarders than Hurts does too. So
plus Pat is Pat.
All right, let's do Mahomes.
All right.
Mahomes, yeah. Then plus that opens up a little bit more money for a top flight receiver too.
It's $1,100 less. Yeah.
Yeah.
The top flight receiver. Let's find one, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's AJ Brown is $8,200, and that includes his book.
But do the Eagles receivers scare you, or are you leery of them? Or
I am on the side of like the way that I look at the stats, especially for skills players, is that if they're used to putting up a certain number, they'll only go so many games going under that number before they have a game where they eventually pop. And I think that the Eagles, they were trying to get AJ Brown involved last week. They were trying to throw him passes. There was a pass, like a 45-yard bomb that he caught, and the only reason why it didn't count was because his left ass cheek was out of bounds. Yeah. So like he out jumped the corner, he made the catch, but he just didn't land in bounds, and he would have landed at the 1 yard line if that play, would have stood. So I think that this game they're gonna try and do the same. They're gonna try and get him involved, especially because now that Jalen is a little bit, hobbled, I think that they'll rely less on him running the ball.
Right.
And they'll probably take advantage of Saquon and run a couple of like play action, maybe some crossers for AJ, maybe a couple deep shots here and there. So like I think that he's due for a bounce back game because you can't keep winning games throwing for 125 yards.
No, you can't. And this game might be a back and forth game too.
Right. Yeah. So something's got to give.
You only hope. All right, I'm good. Do you like AJ Brown, John?
Do I like AJ Brown? I like Devontae Smith before I like AJ Brown, but I mean, I'll go with the consensus here.
Now, what makes you want to go Devontae Smith more than AJ Brown?
He's the better wide receiver.
I agree.
Man, simple. Very, very simple. He's the better wide receiver.
At least he seems to get more volume sometimes too, because.
Yeah, he's definitely the volume guy.
And he's $900 less than AJ Brown, and they're both due. They're both due for a breakout game.
Right. The one thing is though, it's like I feel like AJ has the higher ceiling, so I think that like if you're banking on whether like let's say Devontae is gonna get like 7 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown, whereas like AJ could end up with like 6 for 130 and 2.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
If we have to look back also, I mean, even 2022, which would have been AJ Brown's first season, that was their last Super Bowl appearance not terribly long ago. I mean, AJ Brown has garnered more of the targets, more of the bigger type of splash plays, but Devontae Smith is equally, if not more than capable.
Mm-hmm. He's very efficient.
He's super efficient. The dude doesn't drop passes. We know he's quicker. He's faster.
Mhm.
The knock has always been with Devontae is the body size and his slender.
And not to mention that AJ Brown is also going to be guarded most likely by hobbled Marshawn Lattimore. And not hobbled like he's injured, but he hadn't played in a few weeks. He had his first game back against the Buccaneers, and Mike Evans kind of took him to the woodshed. And then last week against Detroit, I mean, their DBs, they weren't stopping Detroit. They just outscored them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see either one of them being like the go-to guy. I could see either one of them having the big play, scoring. I'm having a hard time having both of them score. So we're gonna so between both of them, just I'd say. I mean, again, if you want AJ Brown, we go AJ Brown.
I mean, I think it's if we're swinging for the fences, that would be the swinging for the fences pick. Because that would be the guy where like most people would think, oh, well, he had 2 bad games and maybe, they weren't really looking at the context. So they're like, okay, we'll just leave him because we're scared that he's going to have another bad game. But it's like, what are the chances that AJ Brown is going to have 3 bad playoff games in a row?
Yeah, I agree. Let's go to defense now.
Yeah.
Well, there's 4 of them. There's 4 to choose from. Basically,
honestly, I feel like Philly has the best matchup.
Interesting pricing here.
Yeah.
Top end is 4,400,
Yep.
and the low is 3,600. Nobody's taking the Commanders here.
Nope.
So should we then?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's a position you don't want to try and go against.
Not in this case.
Yeah, because the offense they're playing against is just way too potent, and they're at a disadvantage this game too on both sides of the ball, on both lines.
So is there that much difference between Philadelphia and Kansas City?
Yeah, and I think it comes in opponent.
Is there that much of a difference between the
Because
Eagles and the Chiefs?
I don't think
question.
I don't think KC's D line is as good as Philly's D line, right?
Well, Chris Jones will wreak havoc, man.
Of course, yeah, of course. But the difference is that Buffalo's D line O line is healthy while Washington's isn't.
All right.
That's the biggest difference.
Well, we'll go Eagles. We'll do that. I agree.
And that's where
what else is interesting to me is that both of these lines, look at these totals. You've got this game is at 48.5, and you've got the Eagles Commanders are at 47.5. Both of these games aren't going to be this high scoring.
I think the Chiefs Bills game is the one that's likely to go under. I think that one could be like a 23-20 game or like a 21-23 game. Or 21-24.
Very good chance that the Buffalo Kansas City game could go in overtime too.
Ooh.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. That's gonna be a hell of a chess game.
Yeah, because they seem to happens a lot against with them when they play.
Yeah, and they play each other so much.
All right, so gentlemen, I'm sorry. Which defense did we want to settle in on here? The Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're big on the Eagles this weekend.
I think this matchup with Kansas City and Buffalo is like the old school Indy and Patriots.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Buffalo is the closest to KC, and now they're starting to get into this theme. Like this year, the theme for them was, we make less mistakes than our opponents. Like they weren't really flagged as much. They didn't really have as many turnovers. Josh Allen decreased his turnovers by like a considerable margin.
A lot.
So like, and they ran the ball a lot more this year than they did in years past. So they took some pressure off of Josh Allen. So like I think that's what both these teams are going to try to do. Like they're going to try and like run the ball against each other, or KC is going to try to hit them with a death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. Let's go tight end next.
I like the Kelsey stack. Dallas Goedert would have been my personal like tight end, but he's not healthy right now. So I like the Kelsey and Mahomes stack. Kelsey seems to have saved it for the postseason.
All by design. All by design.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. I mean, all those close games that they've had, and they still finished 15-2. So it's not like they needed him to win any of those in most of those games.
Nope.
But if we do Kelsey, that'll leave us probably about 4,500 for each player left.
Yeah, 57. 75. Unless you want to try and unless you want to try and get a different tight end.
No, I like Kelsey.
Yeah.
I mean, all the other ones are you're throwing darts at, you know. All right. Should you go flex now or go wide receiver or just finish up running backs?
We should get another wide receiver.
All right.
Yeah, get a wide receiver too. Yeah, I think Shakir is going to get a lot of work, especially because he'll most likely be in the slot. I like De'Ami Brown as a big play guy. I feel like he'll get a couple splash plays. Yeah. Who else? Are there anybody with a potential revenge game in any of these two games? Well, Zach Ertz, but we already got De'Ami Brown. Yeah, I'm cool with De'Ami Brown too.
All right, got some questions here.
I don't know. Do we?
Yeah.
Nice.
Both games. Can you guys help me out if you can? I really suck at single entry showdowns. Yeah, I mean, like, AB and the Commissioner Rhino are here to help you here. Absolutely. Here's the lineup, baby. Welcome to the Fantasy Goat Show. Please give us a like and subscribe.
And what questions do you have for early entry showdowns? All right. So just finish up running back now. And then go back to wide receiver and flex.
Yeah, sounds good. What running back do we like in this matchup? Well,
what about Johnson?
I like Ty Johnson.
Or Kareem Hunt.
Ty Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. I like Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I like Kareem Hunt too.
I like Kareem Hunt. Trusted. Battle tested.
Yes.
One player that I think is a bit interesting for the sake of chasing points is Austin Eckler.
Not that Isaiah Pacheco's not battle tested either. All the Chiefs are, but Austin Eckler. Welcome to the NFC Championships. Austin Eckler. I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like he will be used, but I kind of feel like the other two are going to be used also. So that's why.
Yeah, McNichols might snipe the freaking touchdown.
I think Cliff is going to want to have the guy in that's like kind of like showing the better production out of the three.
And he also wants to keep Philly on their toes. Like he doesn't want them to know what's coming.
Now again, if we think the command is going to be down in the ball game, that's when I would think we would see Austin Eckler.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Won't we play Kareem Hunt to play Eckler in the flex? We could
do that.
All right.
Kareem Hunt is RB2.
This has been the renaissance year of the running back, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
And I knew it too.
you know, I'm not against this. I'm not, just because of it.
Kareem
And
Hunt.
I think AB. I think we're gonna see it again this upcoming season.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're gonna see more, featured usage, more the bell cow of.
Or I think, I mean, and we have an influx of running back talent coming into the league too.
A lot.
And there's a lot of like open spaces for like running backs to produce. Like I think Denver, the Chargers, and the Raiders, like those three teams in the AFC West, I think all three of them could end up getting a running back, and that could turn into their bell cow because of the type of offenses that they all want to run. Because I know Pete Carroll's going to want to run the ball, so he's going to be looking for his next Marshawn Lynch, his next power runner.
You just pop out. Never mind.
Well, it'll probably be Zamir White.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. It's not going to be whoever is coming in, whoever the Raiders are going to draft is going to beat out Zamir White. Zamir White week 1.
It'll be Amir Abdullah and Zamir White.
Nah,
2.0.
better.
Russell Wilson and Najee Harris will be the 10 in the backfield.
Imagine! Oh my God.
He hated Russell Wilson, so I don't even know why I saw that today.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I saw that on Elon's app.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He hated Russ. Said he sent Russ out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. Okay, where were we?
I don't know. I'm all distracted.
Austin Eckler is our flex.
Austin Eckler is our flex.
Mm-hmm. He was right underneath Kareem.
Okay. Austin Eckler, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Austin Eckler. Wide receiver.
Now we just need one more wide receiver. We just need a dart throw. 6,100 is pretty decent for a dart throw.
Well, yeah, considering, look at all these dudes.
We got to go wide receiver, not flex.
You got Scary, you got Devon. Oh, wide receiver. Okay.
Ooh. Well, Hollywood Brown.
That's a dart throw.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
or Amari
definitely
Cooper. We throw a dart throw at Amari Cooper again.
Oh my God, Amari Cooper.
After what he got a target for 0, 0, and another 0.
Big fat 0. The zeros everywhere.
Curtis Samuel, maybe. I don't know who to trust for Buffalo and Buffalo's receivers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know who to trust either. I trust Hollywood Brown before I trust one of any of the Bills wide receivers, because you have no clue.
All right, AB, got a question. I'll pull it up here so you can.
I don't even think that's an option.
Yeah, I've never seen that as an option either.
On Fanduel.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
I would never put defense in the flex.
No.
Just
even if you were 100% sure of the matchup, like the risk versus the reward for putting a defense in your flex is just it's too high.
All right. Please like and subscribe too.
Okay. Hollywood Brown is kind of intriguing, but I mean, again, this is a big mother effing game for Hollywood Brown, who's never been in this situation before.
Right.
He
did it in Baltimore.
Neither really has DeAndre Hopkins been in this situation before either, but I mean, like, isn't he just like the more isn't this like the borderline Hall of Fame wide receiver, just like wonderful regular season wide receiver? Like, hello, DeAndre.
Right, wake up, D-Hop.
I mean, like if we want to do a dart throw, like, and I know we may have played him last week, and we may not have had much success with him in the.
I mean, he is the dart throw in this game.
What?
Yeah, he is the dart throw in this game.
He got a touchdown last week, didn't he?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anybody who could potentially have a really good game, especially against the Bills secondary, it would probably have to be D-Hop. D-Hop has had some ridiculous games against the Bills. He caught that Hail Mary from Kyler Murray against the Bills.
Yeah.
So, like, this could be the game where he actually, like, gets a few targets, makes a few plays.
No, Hollywood Brown caught a touchdown pass last week, didn't he?
I don't think so. I think it was Kareem and
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce that did all the damage last week.
So D-Hop. So we're going D-Hop or?
Yeah, I mean, unless you wanted to either go back to, one of the other Eagles, cover both of our bases with AJ and Devontae, if we have that money, which I believe we do. No, maybe
I don't think we do.
We don't.
Yeah, because Devontae was worth a decent amount, and we wouldn't want to do that because we already have Saquon, so we can't really expect all three of them to have a decent day.
You've got Mac the Knife. We've got
Young Coleman.
If we're going dart throw and we're thinking that the Chiefs are going to have a bounce back game offensively, I think that D-Hop is the one with the most upside.
If you go off the same theory as we were talking about earlier about AJ Brown, D-Hop is due for
right. Yeah, the offense is due for an explosion.
Yeah.
He's due, unless he's just being used out there just like schematically, just to free up somebody else. I mean, then he's gonna have a dud. But look, they obviously brought this man in for a reason. Maybe it's multi-purpose. Maybe it's multi reasons. And hopefully that now that we're going to be playing him, he's going to come through for us with the ultimate dart throw. So let's
at least get him a jump ball in the red zone or something.
There is $500 remaining. We have Pat. We've got Saquon, Kareem the Dream, AJ Books, Dimey.
I mean, we could probably try to see if we can upgrade Diami. Because if it's 500, maybe we can get a decent. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Even if we take him out now, we're at 5,900.
Okay, so how about swapping somebody out for Eckler, like keeping Diami as our wide receiver and try to see if we can upgrade at the flex.
That would give 6,100. The flex spot.
Yeah, we got to go to the flex spot and see who's available there.
Are we liking the wide receiver more than running back, maybe?
It's possible. Yeah, but it's still the same crop, though, at wide receiver.
Flex. Yeah, I didn't have too much of an issue with Austin.
Yeah.
I didn't. Should we just put him back?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, because it's only 2 games. I mean, everybody else, if we go any lower, we'll end up having more money left over. So,
yeah.
It's the best upside play.
This is it. This is the
I
one.
agree.
Yeah.
1 day left. We don't need any. We don't need one more day.
Now, what if we upgraded Mahomes
to?
That'll be 8,200.
That gives 8,300.
I mean, is it Mahomes like the second quarterback?
I think Jaden Daniels is the second quarterback. Then
it hurts, and then
because the all-purpose yards. So Mahomes is the 4th ranked quarterback. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can either upgrade to Hurts, but we can't go to Daniels because we need $100.
I think we wanted that. We wanted this contrarian play for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Let's pull off one of these vintage
keep it.
Pat Mahomes
Valued.
passing volume.
All right.
Mhm.
I agree.
Oh, let's get him.
I like it.
I like it.
All right. We're entered, baby. We're entered. That's it. Fucking entered. How do you feel, Rhino?
Good.
How do you feel? You feel good about the lineup?
Yeah.
AB?
Yeah, I feel great.
I know I may be asking you guys a little late, but I mean, I feel good about it. I feel good about the lineup.
I like the Kelsey Mahomes stack.
That stack. Mm-hmm.
I also feel good about this giveaway that we're doing with Brainy Ballers. That's right, folks. We're giving away a customizable mini helmet with your logo on it, any color that you want. Many styles, many different finishes. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to this channel. We will draw the winner Super Bowl Sunday. What date is that again? Is that the 9th? Holy
February 9th. Yep.
Holy smokes. February 9th is 15 days away.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Damn. But we've got so much content in the pipeline already started. We've got the rookie draft process that's going to be cooking very, very soon. That will correlate to Dynasty. Then, of course, I mean, all the free agency news.
We'll be doing a reaction show after the Senior Bowl too. Me and AB will be doing that, and then talk about who we liked, who helped themselves, who didn't. Are you watching the Shrine Bowl too? Do you watch the Shrine Bowl too?
Yeah, I mean, I watch as many of them as I can. Yeah.
See, the Shrine Bowl last year, that's where you saw the Dion Lobby and Isaiah Grando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the guys who were kind of flying under the radar a little bit.
Well, one attitude is not bad.
Right? Hey.
I mean, look, that's just a
dart throw bowl.
That's just the nature of the. It really is the nature of this business, man. I mean, like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of young cats that are going to look really, really good, and we're going to be high on them. And they're going to look the part, and they're going to win in separation, and they're going to win, like, this way and that way. And then they're going to be drafted, like, in the 3rd. They're going to be drafted in the 5th. They're going to be drafted in the 7th. And, not all of them hit. They just don't. Very, very few hit. And that's just the nature of this business.
Yep.
Not even all of them in the 1st round.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
it's hardcore numbers game.
So Don's asking, like the first game, I don't know who to captain to fill the other positions out. Is it okay to captain a core player to get higher players?
I mean, I think if you're going to captain anybody, it should be a core player. It should be one of the stars. So, like, you should be captaining Saquon, Jaden Daniel. You should be captaining Kelsey, Mahomes, like the guys who are going to get volume. They're going to get target. They're going to get work because those are probably the easiest points to get.
Yeah.
Like usually, sometimes there are certain DFS lineups where you can set somebody as the captain and like there's a point multiplier on whoever you select. So like they'll have like Jaden Daniels points if you put him as the captain. Like they'll have his fantasy points will be ×2, or it'll be like ×1.5 or stuff like that. So selecting the right captain in your lineups could increase your odds of winning.
Yeah, so you want that you want to swing for the fences right after that with either the quarterback, wide receiver, or running back.
Or running back, yeah. Like if I had to, right? Like essentially, we kind of did that with Saquon,
right?
But there's no multiplier. But that was the first person we chose because we felt like he has the most favorable matchup of everyone during the weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, which site would that be on? I mean, is that something that we will look at for the future?
Yeah, I'm not sure which sites specifically do it, but I do know some of them like Prize Picks and stuff like that. Okay. Like they have stuff like that set up where they have multipliers for captains.
DraftKings
has one too for a captain.
The DK I recognize. DK I definitely get. DraftKings. Oh, for some reason, why did we choose FanDuel in the beginning? I think we chose FanDuel
because it was the
because
easiest to navigate.
So
there was
he's with DraftKings.
there was that, and there was also another weird reason why. Like, I think I intended to use DraftKings first. I'm pretty sure, but then there was something that maybe it was like the location services, like I couldn't, like, they couldn't verify my location, but yet FanDuel was able to verify my location, so no problem. FanDuel
Possibly.
So how you guys
Right.
feel about the games this weekend? Let's talk about that real quick before we sign off. So
Like-
are you for the Bills or KC?
I think KC. KC's still a team to beat. I've seen everybody talk about, how different this Bills team is, how, like, they've been doing their thing and they've been a dominant team. But at the end of the day, it took a miraculous Josh Allen run in the fourth quarter to beat KC the first time. And they played them in Buffalo. Now, when you got Buffalo going to Arrowhead, it's going to be a completely different ballgame. Like, the fans there, the atmosphere there is insane. And I feel like the Bills have to play more mistake-free football than Kansas City does. So usually when it's like that, it usually favors whatever team is at home, especially if that team is the more talented team. And I still think that KC is the more talented team.
Are you the same size he is, Zeke?
More or less.
See, I'm
Like,
Bills.
there's something in that bag of magic. There's something that they have that other teams are only striving for. That they wish that they had. That like I couldn't even tell you like what we're on the cusp of seeing out of this team. Really, it's remarkable. And I learned after last season not to bet against them.
Yep.
And I don't mean bet like real bet. I mean like don't count them out. Don't discount them. Don't pick the other team when it comes to just huge moments. This team could be down by 17 points, like with 5 minutes left, and they'll have the game tied at the 2-minute warning.
They played the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans were up on them 21-7 at halftime. They won that game 45-28.
Yeah. That
So,
was
like-
horrible. Good Lord.
Like
But the Bills aren't the Houston Texans.
like when most
Of
teams,
course not. Yeah.
when
No.
you think most teams have it in the bag, all they need to do is get a first down, and if it's the Chiefs and they are down in the game, you can't. They're not done.
What
Like,
I
let
do
me-
think happens, I think that the Bills do try to keep Mahomes on the sideline for a good portion of the first half, and I think they try and impose their will on the ground. And I do think that the Bills, have a good chance of leading before halftime or at halftime. But the second half adjustments, especially by Andy Reid, like I think that will be what will determine the game, the adjustments that they make.
I still think Bills. I
I
think
think
honestly, I think whoever has the ball last, that's me going kind of game it is. But I'm gonna lean towards Bills.
yeah, and working off of that premise, I think that the Bills, like I think Josh Allen and the Bills will have to score last. Like they'll be the ones that are down in the bowl game, and they'll need to score or they'll need to set up the field goal to walk off out of there. I don't, because if it's the other way around, if it's Mahomes and the Chiefs, and if they're down in the game and they have the ball last, then then it should be lights out. But the Bills, in order for them to win, they will need that ball last, and they'll have to execute to put up whether it's 3 or whether it's a 6.
And I trust them doing that.
Yeah,
And another factor
and
with the Bills,
I don't mean to control. I would like that.
right?
I mean, it would be wonderful to see the Bills. Yeah, I'm
pretty
pulling
awesome,
for them.
yeah.
I'm pulling for them. I can't bet against the Chiefs.
And another thing to consider is the kicking game, where Harrison Butker has been lights out ever since he came back from his injury, and he essentially had a couple weeks off for him to rest, whereas Bass has been struggling from game to game. So, like, on a game-to-game basis, if it comes down to a field goal and Bass has to make it and he misses, then it's like wide right or wide left again.
God. Can you imagine? I mean,
That
how
would be
many Super
insane.
Bowls they lose that way?
4 in a row.
Yeah.
No, I can't imagine that. That'd be tough.
And people try and tell you not to be so superstitious about football. Seriously, 4 Super Bowls in a row. You get to 4 Super Bowls in a row and you lose all 4 of them, and you expect me not to be superstitious?
Right, exactly. I was superstitious watching the Rams game.
Oh yeah, they had a chance, man. They had
I
a
know.
chance.
My mojo ran out.
Yeah, it
My
was
mojo
close.
ran out. So you guys are taking Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
you're
think
saying-
Philly's in a good redemption spot. They should have swept Washington, in the regular season. Honestly, they're the much better team. But that second game, that drop was what caused Washington to come back into the game, and then they were able to win it.
I think it goes almost to the same point as the Chiefs. I mean, even the Eagles, not as much pedigree, but they still have some championship pedigree in them. They've seen what this looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Even the head coach, as young as he is, Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You want to call it a down season? Yeah, fine, call it a down season. But both wide receivers were there a couple of years ago. Same tight end. I'm sure some of the defensive pieces, not a lot of them, but some of them, right? Fletcher Cox? Or am I just
No, he's not there anymore. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Graham,
So-
I think, is the only returning.
he's
the defense is
turned
pretty
it out.
much
Yeah,
turned
they're
over.
pretty young. Mm-hmm.
Still, they've got their fans, which it should pretty much be 100, as close to 100% Philadelphia Eagles fans,
Most likely.
despite the close proximity to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather doesn't play a factor in this game, but the weather doesn't play a factor in the other game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Philly's gonna have to attack Jaden. They're gonna have to attack Jaden Daniels and force him to either like move the platform or like process, a little bit faster than he'd like.
They
But
probably
they
have
have
to
to
have
put pressure.
Orion Burks or Braun as a spy.
They'll probably have
Fine.
Braun spy him. Yeah.
All right. Well, shoot. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
all right, well, I'll see you at the bank on Tuesday. All right. That was a joke. No, it shouldn't be a joke, though. It shouldn't be.
See you at the bank on Tuesday.
Yep.
Cash this bad boy out.
To cash. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good evening. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe. Bet we can afford only to bet we can afford, please. And be a difference, make a difference.
Spread the good word. Spread positivity. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.